scrape it up, and then if you want, you can make it up. Take it up, drop it back down so you shake it up. Scrape it up, and then if you want, you can make it up. Take it up, drop it back down so you shake it up. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm gonna pop it till I drop, cause I ain't dropping Miss Daisy. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. I got a boast, I move like a ghost. Give them that Patrick Swayze's. All of them lost, they knew the cost. I chase them down, I'm the boss. Up in the circle, hitting that purple. If that don't work, maybe a perk. Well, Madison High, that is the spot where I get paid every raise. Sign on my checks with a big X, then get up out of my space. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. All of my shit, always legit, it's just what my mama gave me. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. Call it a win, once I begin, I'ma do it for my baby. Running back, watch out cause I'm on the attack. Passing by, it's easy, I'm not gonna lie. Running back, watch out cause I'm on the attack. Passing by, it's easy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I am the one, hot like the sun, winning the races that pay me. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. Hitting the throttle, popping the bottle, pour it on top of like gravy. It's never a cap, winning the snap, and no one got nothing to say. I'm in every place, taking every race, nobody can get in my way. Tapping the brake, first to the tape, I never knew how to die. Give all the rest, all of my best, all of that takes running dry. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. You think you know how this will go, don't be so goddamn hasty. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'll see you there, blood in the air, victory's gonna be tasty. Crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy.
Need reliable electrical solutions you can count on? The UES group of companies has got you covered. From electrical installations and repairs through to all your compliance and tagging requirements, United Electrical and United Essential Solutions are here to help. Whether it's commercial electrical projects or home renovations, United Electrical can help make it happen. Need to secure your investment with an automatic gate? We can be there from the start of manufacturing right through to the final installation. We even offer excavation services to reduce the need to employ multiple trades. Need to get your electrical equipment tagged to meet compliance? Our United Essential Solutions team are here to help. Appliance tagging, emergency lighting, switchboard inspections, building compliance? Look no further than United Essential. UES Group is 100% Australian owned and operated. We pride ourselves on our customer service and commitment. Visit uestas.com.au or call 1-300-122-598 to learn more. Or find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown.
Man, this is some of the greatest stuff I've ever heard. Ooh.
And the ones you love.
131 Retro.
These go to 11.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
If you love the thrill of racing but hate the risks, then buckle up. Everything Simulated is here to merge adrenaline with absolute safety. In a world where technology meets adrenaline, Everything Simulated is revolutionizing driver training with state-of-the-art simulators. From truck training to the thrill of motorsports, our simulators offer the most realistic experiences across all automotive applications. Gone are the days of endless bookwork and basic drills. Now it's all about hands-on, pulse-pounding action that prepares you for the real deal. Whether you're maneuvering a heavy mining vehicle or racing a high-speed car, our simulators, equipped with cutting-edge technology from leaders like SimRigs and Track Racer, bring every nuance of the drive to life. And talk about making a mark. We're not just building simulators, we're fostering talent. From grassroots motorsports to professional series like the Aussie Outlaw GT3, sponsored by us, Everything Simulated is fueling dreams and careers. Ready to feel the excitement of the racetrack under your fingertips? Connect with us, and let's build your next simulator adventure together. Remember, we support those who support us. Join the Everything Simulated family, and let's race towards the future.
Hello and welcome everyone to round 22 of the Appalachian Chillbilly Trucks Series tonight at Rockingham Speedway. The Rock. We are here. I don't know what state this is in actually.
It's North Carolina still.
North Carolina. I thought it was North
Home
Carolina,
track.
but well, there you go, Wesley. But we're in store for an action-packed race tonight, Wesley, at the Rock. It's a fun place. It's glad to see NASCAR back here in real life. They just had their real life race last weekend with the O'Reilly and the Truck Series and the ARCA East Series. And we're going to have another great showing tonight in the Monday race here tonight in SSRL.
Yeah, it was amazing to watch the races this weekend. I was there in person, had great seats as well right at the start-finish line. Unfortunately, my phone didn't want to record the burnouts and finishing laps, but it was great to see. There was a lot of commotion going on. This track's just fun to drive as well.
Oh, it's a great racetrack to drive. I'm not going to lie. I've raced a lot of our league guys through today. We're doing the C Open races, but 150 laps tonight. So those C Open races are 85. So we're gonna add another 65 laps onto that if you would do that. So 150 laps tonight, 70 to 75 laps in the fuel tank. You're gonna have to pit probably once if we go green at the end. I don't know if we'll go green at the end tonight. Wesley, you have 4 sets in the pits, 1 set you start with. So You got to conserve those tires, Wesley. That's a big thing tonight. And with 4 sets in the pits, there's plenty of room there, but you can't use them up too early.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. This track, even though it is a repave, so this isn't the Rockingham we might have ran about 3-4 months ago. This is kind of an updated version of it because they did give it a small repave, but it's still so abrasive and those tires are going to wear out, especially if you're trying to use the high line.
There's just so much load into the corners. And this is a fast racetrack. It races
really
like a
is.
short track, but it's so fast. I mean, these trucks are probably going 100 and probably still 100-something mile an hour in the corners.
150.
150. Wow. I mean, they fly here, and it has the short track vibe and the short track tempers with the speed of kind of a mile and a half. So that's kind of the tricky thing here. I think that gets us perfectly into the keys to tonight's race. And let's go first and foremost, fuel strategy. I just did the last C Open of the race of the week, Wesley. I led 81 laps and I ran out of gas with the final lap. So fuel strategy is very important. Don't do what I did. Make sure you have enough for the finish. Once you're good to go on that, tire strategy comes right next, but that is a huge thing, and fuel strategy can flip and flop with track position all night tonight.
Yeah, and you said tire strategy comes next, and it definitely does. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Even with the repave, this track's still so abrasive. There's going to be marbles all the way up at the top end, right up against the wall. And it does widen out through the runs. You'll see people move up. You typically want to hug down the best you can to save those laps. And you really want to watch your rear tires, especially off of 2. I know that's where I was spinning a lot as well when I was practicing with some of the guys last night.
Yeah, off of 2, always tricky. Even on old Rockingham, it was tricky. But the last key of tonight's race, track position and survival. Track position is so big. You can pass if you're a quicker truck, but if there's a truck that's slightly worse than you and you're faster, it's going to be really hard to work on him. Even if you had the preferred lane on the bottom, which I think's the passing lane, the saving tire lane, and just the lane you want to be in general to make good lap time, it's just really hard to pass here with just how tight the lap times are. And survival. This track is tight, it's narrow, and like we said, Wesley, it's fast, and the tires get worn out. That is cause for chaos. So those are your keys to tonight's race at Rockingham. So, I mean, we're in store for one heck of a race tonight. And look at the point standings. Michael Tucker continues to lead, even though he hasn't raced in quite some time. Blair Holloman, though, Wesley, he has jumped out to a big lead over James Mullins after James didn't race last previous week.
Yeah, and it's really going to show into Blave's kind of benefit here. He's also at the top end of our bracket for the admin tournament. So he's on the semifinals now for the winner side of it, going up against 8th place right there, Colton Gardner here at Rockingham, which this is going to be magnificent fighting all throughout for that bracket through the field.
Yeah, the in-season bracket, and we only have, I think, 10 races left, Wesley, of the season, so it's crunch time. Every point is really starting to matter. And, obviously, James not racing last week in Talladega, and then the worst-case scenario, Blair Holloman comes through in the final few laps and steals a win. So it kind of is just the worst thing you could possibly think. We're going to take a quick break, not a commercial break this time, folks. We're going to go ahead and sing the national anthem before we get to our grid. Welcome back, everyone, tonight, and we're going to get a look at our starting grid for tonight's race. Starting on the pole, that 03 truck, Dakota Ramzo with a 22.665, a fast lap there. Jacob Barker will start in second. Tyler Cheney starts third. Blair Holloman in fourth. Back here in row number 3, Colton Gardner will start fifth. Noah Walters sixth. Seventh will be Kyle Westwood. Drew Prohl in eighth. Rounding out the top 10 in row 5, Jordan Sailors and Heath Snyder. 11th will be Garrett Johnston. Lilith Peters will start in the 12th position. 13th is going to be Christopher Fuge. Jared Hayes will start 14th. Rounding out the top 15, Joseph DuPont, Daniel Dow outside of him, 16th. Andrew Nagy, 17th. Robert Lewis, 18th. Tommy Lark, 19th. And Tyler Rouse rounding out the top 20.
And then quickly going through the rest of the field, 21st is going to be Connor Fuge, 22nd, Art Nicotera. 23rd is going to be Brian Torres, 24th, Dave Fuge Jr., 25th, Brian Alphin, 26th, JP Jones, and then rounding out the rest of the field is going to be Jeremy Clapper Newell in 27th.
Here we go. Wesley going to pace our way through 3 and 4. Dakota Ramzo on the pole. Remember, his teammate Lilith Peters won last time here in SSRL in the Truck Series. Can he get a checkered flag for the team again? We are green at Rockingham. And a good lock from the 03 of Ramsville.
Gonna having a great push from the 54 of Tyler Cheney as well to the back of that 03. They've been racing each other all day from what I've heard in those official lobbies. So right here you have Westwood and Colton Gardner side by side. That's the battle for 5th.
Don't look for contact. The 03's in the wall. That was heavy contact. I don't know if there was contact with the 54, but the 03 of Ramsville hit the wall hard on the outside. I don't see any damage. Oh, Noah Walters. He's going to go for a spin. Started this race 6th, a great qualifying effort from the 50 truck, and now he is sideways. No caution comes out. I'm not sure what happened to the 03 of Ramsville, if there's contact or not, but we're having chaos on lap 1. We'll make that 2.
Chaos from the drop of the green. I mean, just the restart, just the starting zone here is tricky, Gage, and I'm pretty sure you can attest to it from what you ran.
Oh, this thing, I hate the restarts here. You spin the tires just so much. Let's take a look at Noah here. He does a great job wrapping the bottom. It's just, that truck's just loose. That's a really loose race truck. You should be able to diamond that and be even lower. That's a truck that's a little tad loose, or it's just early in the run, cold tires. Either way, it caught him out. He goes for a ride, but either way, Tyler Cheney's grabbed the top spot. Now, he has loved his truck on the short run, Wesley, but he's told me he hates the long run, so we're going to have to see if he did figure out that 54 truck on the long run pace. Jacob Barker, though, in P2, great run for him so far. Blair Holloman, Gardner, and Westwood, our top 5.
Yeah, and Mr. Lockridge Motorsports right here, he typed in chat, no bump from the 54 of Cheney that sent the 03 up into the wall, just cold tires and a snap.
Yeah, the cold tires in 3 and 4, the first lap or two, it's really tricky and it can catch you out. It's like sometimes it grips perfectly fine, other times it just doesn't grip at all. And here's a battle for P2. Well, what was the battle for P2 is Holloman's grabbed the 2nd spot.
And I think I misspoke earlier. I think that was I thought that Holloman was Westwood when he was side by side with Gardner, but no, it was Holloman instead. Now he's up right there. You said 2nd place, a 2.5 seconds behind the 54 of Tyler Cheney.
Cheney is on rails, man. He's been so good on the short run. I'm wondering to see if he's been super good on the short run this week with all those officials. I'm hoping I can see that long run pace, but right now, as we see trucks in the wall.
Yeah, and 2, it's where I was having problems, to be honest with you. I'd gas it up just a little bit too much. You kind of want to coast about 3/4 of the way through the turn before you hit the gas, and that keeps you out of the wall.
It's a very tricky corner, 1 and 2 is, and that's just way too high. All those trucks are running a little too high, in my opinion, in 1 and 2. You got to wrap that bottom lane. Basically, you can't leave more than a half a car length off the bottom lane if you want to make good lap time. That goes for both corners, really. 3 and 4 is a little more wide, but it's still something where the bottom lane is going to be king. And it's king for your tires, Wesley. I mean, that white paint helps the car turn a lot.
It does. For some reason, there's just always a lot more grip on iRacing whenever you're in paint and I'm not 100% sure of why that is, but it does give you a lot more grip to help you turn through the corner better. And now we're seeing Ramsdell. He's back on the charge after that snap up from the lead right here to the back of the 40 of Colton Gardner.
Yeah, I remember he kind of dropped back inside the top 5, and now he's tracking down Colton Gardner, number 40 machine. Another Ram out there. A few Rams in the top 10. No really dominant manufacturer right now early on. Wesley, we've kind of strung out the field, so I think this is a perfect time to get to our race picks. It's not before the race, but we can pick our race picks, right?
Yeah, we always decided before race, just we didn't get to show them yet.
Well, my pick is my boy Connor Fuge. He's going to get it done tonight in that 19 truck. Don't worry. He's starting 20. He's deep in the field, but he's 21st, and he's going to keep that truck clean tonight and survive that chaos. That's my pick.
Well, my pick as it sits right now, he's P5. That's Kyle Westwood, as he just got around Dakota Ramsdell. Westwood, I've kind of followed him through. He's typically up there throughout the end of the races, so I figured he might have the chance as long as he can save onto those tires. And we'll send it on down to Kobe, the producer.
Oh, gosh. That's a pretty good pick, Kobe. And we have a caution on the speedway, Kobe. I see a slow truck up there. Well, that's Tyler Cheney, I think, waiting on the pace truck. But there's cautions out. Had a little lap run, about 10 lap run there. And we're hearing word Tyler Rouse might be the cause of our caution. Take a look at it here. Oh, Jared Hayes, Tyler Rouse, and some others. 3 trucks. Oh, Robert Lewis. Yeah, that's some hard contact for all those trucks. Yeah, they just kind of all converge off of 2 there. Take another look at it. Yeah, that 81's killed. The left front's killed. And Rouse's day ends early.
And I saw this whenever I was at the track live this weekend. Just watching the tire rubber as it gets laid down onto it. Just there's a giant convergence. You have tire rubber almost from paint to wall, inside to out, and then just little tiny strip of where they exit the turns. So it is really, you got to be really on your nose knowing who's where and how much of a run they got, because everybody's going to be fighting for the same space on corner exit.
Well, I think right there, Wesley, I think Tyler probably should just backed out right there and not. I think he turned down the hill and he thought he had more room than he did. Either way, Jared didn't leave him a lot of room. This is a racing deal early on at Rockingham, but it's probably something where, we're on lap, what was it, 12 or 11? Probably should just lift and give him the spot or cross him over or something, but it's unfortunate to see 3 trucks. Those trucks have heavy damage, so it's going to take a lot for them to get back in this race, and I think Tyler Rouse might be done for the day. It's unfortunate for him, but this opens up strategy a little bit. We saw Dakota Ramsdell take advantage, come down pit road, and we had that contact with the outside wall. Probably got a little bit of damage. He did hit it pretty hard. But he comes down pit road. I think his teammate Lilith Peters did as well. I don't see her. Oh, yeah, she's 9th still. Never mind. She's in the 01. They're all in different manufacturers, so it's hard to keep track of what team is what when they all run different manufacturers. But we're 1 to green, Wesley, and we saw Tyler Cheney shot out of a cannon the first run, had over a 1.5-second lead over Blair Holloman. Let's see if he can do that again. We know both those guys are really short run guys who love to get after it and get up on the wheel. If someone, maybe they're a whole package tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you. These typically are 2 guys that we always see on the short run. They're just quick out of the gate and able to create a gap, and then everybody just reels them back in playing the patient game. So hopefully, as you pointed out, Tyler, he loved his, and just through the officials races, he loved his short run, but wanted the long run. So let's see if he managed to figure it out, or if that 32 of Holloman managed to figure it out.
We're about to find out, because Cheney went to the restart zone and green flag. Good restart from the 54. A good start from Blair Holloman, too. That outside line's tough on the straightaway, and a really good 1 and 2 right to the back bumper of Tyler Cheney. Cheney not all that aggressive in 1 and 2 on the throttle, and here comes Holloman on the inside in 3. Gonna wrap the bottom. Oh, he's loose. It's going to be really hard for Cheney to get back around him, even on the outside lane. He's got to pinch him really hard here. Don't go more than lane up. He does a really good job at that. Side by side off of 2, looses Holloman. And clear is Tyler Cheney.
And now that's going to open up the door for the 5 of Jacob Barker. Holloman went high, expecting the move to the inside. Can have great momentum.
Oh.
Hold on to it there.
Got a little too high, Wesley. Can't really go more than 2 lanes up the racetrack. And it gets really loose up there. He caught the car. That could have been way worse. We got battling further back the 01 to Lilith Peters. Saw her in a lot of C Open. I saw her in the final C Open today as well. She's getting to the inside of Colton Gardner. That's for the 6th position. Kroll and Dalbeck. There's a hornet's nest right here from the 6th to 10th place spot. All these trucks right on a blanket. Oh, Westwood had to lift there and not get in the back.
We have a little bit of a 5-car breakaway, and then as you described it, I think is the best way to a hornet's nest of drivers all on top of each other. 2 wide at moments. And I mean, this is basically all the way around the track. Peters and Westwood, though, they're clear of it. They should be able to drive off.
Yeah, they should be able to drive off here. As Daniel Dow now moves outside the top 10 as Tommy Lark now. And here we go again. Battle for the lead. Cheney now under pressure from Holloman again.
Holloman peeked to the inside, but backed out, thought better of it. Cheney a
He's gonna
little
set up that
bit
runoff
high through the turn.
Yeah, he set up that runoff exit, Wesley. That's what he did. He didn't enter the corner as hard as Cheney, and that bit Cheney. He put a little bit too much. He could bite off in the exit, or he paid on that exit. And he's going to get another great exit, though, off of 2. Blair doing a really good job of giving him room here.
When he pinched the 32 off there, upset that nose a little bit, so now he's going to get himself a little bit of a gap up to about 1/4 of a second.
And look at Jordan Sailors, this 88. He's charged into the field. Now he has the preferred line in the bottom of the racetrack in 1 and 2. I think he's clear. Good pass from Jordan Sailors. And here comes Johnson to the inside of Holloman. I think Cheney's just driving this truck a little too hard. He needs to back it down a little bit. He's missing the bottom. I think the last 5 laps in 3 and 4 need to just back it down. You know, he's got a really fast truck. We just need to get this thing low down. Doing a great job in 1 and 2. It's that 3 and 4. I think it's the issue for that 54 right now. Well, a lot of I think everyone hit the wall there off 2 that time, Wesley.
Not everyone, but definitely a lot of people. And it's, I'm gonna say it. I fell in love with this track when I came in on Friday, watching those trucks, and I'm absolutely tearing up the field. Who's now somehow tied for the points lead after only running 3 races.
I don't think he should get a waiver. I think he should just be able to race for the title at this point.
I agree. But right here we got Prohl now side by side. He's to the inside of Colton Gardner. And that's going to allow Tommy Lark to peek inside as well, as Gardner was way up the track into what would have been the marbles area.
I think Cheney's under pressure from Sailors up front. He was right on the back bumper was Jordan Sailors. Entering the corner, he backed off a little bit in 1 and 2. It's a bit more aero dependent in 1 and 2 than 3 and 4. Look at the 88. He backs up that corner entrance. Look at that drive off he's going to get here, Wesley. That's what you can't do if you're Tyler Cheney. You're giving up the bottom and you're just driving it too deep into the corner. It's burning up that right front, and it's giving the 88 clean air. And oh, it's tight racing in 1 and 2. He's right to the back bumper of Cheney.
Going to be real tight on exit. Slowly squirrel right there from the 88 of Sailors.
Cheney sails it off in there in front of Sailors. Johnson to the outside of the 88. What a move. Almost knocks the fence down, but he keeps the momentum up. Clear for P2. Now he looks for the lead.
Gonna take it down to the inside. And we see 3 different lines actually between the top 3. Johnston, he was down on the bottom. Cheney about middle.
Peters got about spun out into Blair Holloman's door off of 2. She kept it straight, but she'll lose 5th place. Or she's under pressure from Kyle Westwood as Johnston to the inside of Cheney. He'll lead that time at the line, but Cheney's been so good holding people down in 1 and 2. Can he do it again? Nope. Johnston to the race lead.
66 clear.
I just burned them tires up a bit much. Oh, car on the wall back then. That's Nagy and Daniel Dow racing hard for 10th. Just really pushing the car really hard there. Sailors up the racetrack. He's going to lose spots to Holloman and Peters. That top lane just does not work. It's just not the right line.
It doesn't, and now everybody's lined up to go around them. A 92
Oh,
at
hard
Westwood.
wall.
Oh, huge moment.
That's a big amount of contact too, especially with Rockingham and how the track juts out. That could be a broken suspension a little bit off on the steering, and with how these trucks are and the offset, cannot have that. Hopefully it's not just a little bit of fender damage or no damage at all. That's what he really wants. But look at Lilith Peters. So good here. Remember, her first start right here at Rockingham, Wesley, and she just kind of picked her way methodically. Didn't qualify in that race. Started deep in the field, dead last. So the pits, you're right, yeah. And she drove to the front. Well, tonight she had a decent qualifying effort, and now she's battling for third on lap 31. Oh, battling's gone. She'll clear him. Now she's on the back bumper of Cheney. To the inside of Cheney, entering 3. This is a big... Look at all these trucks behind Tyler Cheney. That's because Cheney's really slow and holding them all up. He's parking the bus on all these race trucks, and they just can't seem to get by him. What a great run off of 4, though, for Cheney. Oh, Sailor's
way up into the wall.
That's not the optimal line. This isn't old Rockingham. Whoa, car sideways.
Massive moments in the back.
I don't know who that was, but that blue truck was sideways back there. Lilith Peters cannot clear the 54 Cheney again. Big run off of 4 again. Roll to the inside of Westwood. And Holloman's just like, come on. I want to get by.
Johnson has also set sail at this time. He's 2.6 and gaining every single moment on the track ahead of this fight as Cheney is holding up. Well, I won't say it's just Cheney holding up, but this whole battle between him and Peters is holding up the Hornet's Nest right here for second.
Yeah, this is the Hornet's Nest, 2nd to 7th, really. Fast race trucks all on under each other right here, and they're all just missing the bottom. Lilith Peters disciplined.
Finally clear.
Disciplined. She's been very disciplined on the bottom. We haven't seen her leave it once tonight. Ooh, Lark had to lift big time, not getting to Westwood. That opens up the door for the 88. And look at Andrew Nagy. He's ran down this top group. And with all that fighting, Wesley, Johnston could have saved Tyre and still pulled away because they were side by side. That kills your time here at Rockingham. It's kind of like Martinsville or something. It just, when you're side by side here, contact the 88 and the 04. On the back straightaway, they keep it straight. Roll to the inside of Westwood for a top 5.
They're going to be side by side there, and it almost is in contact between the two, I think, as well, just across the start finish, but it's nothing major.
Just a little door rubbing there, entering the corner, squeezing each other, saying, hey, I'm a little quicker than you. Roll to the inside of the 92. Cheney really struggling here. We're not even into that deep of the run for the 54. Remember, we can go 70 laps, and he's already struggling. I remember, built that big old lead, right? That 2.5 seconds, and this is the issue when you do that. When you burn them tires up too much, he's just not been able to hold the bottom well. He's overdriving that race car. Oh, speaking of overdriving the race car, Westwood in the outside wall. Pro's like, thank you. I don't need to battle you anymore. I'll go after this 54 truck. Who continues to have 6 trucks.
Yeah, I was going to say, Cheney, he's probably going to let Pro through. He's not going to battle a teammate too hard there if he knows that Pro's got a better truck at the moment.
Well, you kind of can't, Wesley. You can't just let him go, though, either, because look at the Hornet's Nest behind him. Or he's going to lose 4 or 5 spots, so he has to, help the teammate out, but you can't help him out too much. All right, right there, Lark does a much better job. Wraps the bottom there, and look at the run off. Cheney's he's destroyed that right front. Tough break for the man who started 3rd. Tyler Cheney jumped out to the race lead, and after the 03 had his issues. Ramsell back in 13th after making a pit stop. Man, Cheney's hanging out for dear life, Wesley.
He is, and I mean, you can blow down the truck a little bit now, and it might help a little bit, but once you get those tires heated up, it's kind of game over. It's hard to cool them back down.
Yeah, I mean, he's really hurt him bad, and he can calm it back down, but he's just under so much pressure, right? It's hard to do that. I mean, Colton Gardner's the last car in the top 10. You see him in the picture in that red truck. Remember, Colton was getting passed all over the place. He probably backed it down a little bit, saying, hey, I'm just going to run you guys down when you guys are side by side burning your stuff up. And he's right back in the mix here.
And that's typically that's typically how the 40 works. He's more about tire conservation in the long run of the cars and trucks he's in. Because right there, it was tied off too with him and Tyler Cheney. But Colton, he's waiting for everybody's tires to fall off, and then you're going to see he's going to slowly pick them off one by one.
Watch him here. He's definitely going to hit this 54 because 54 is on the struggle bus right now. Yeah, it just drives underneath him.
To the inside.
Yeah, and that doesn't allow Cheney to turn down the hill. That's going to be a bad exit for the 54. Be P9 for the 40 after 3 and 4. Yeah, 54 is going to have to yield it. Good run from Andrew Nagy. Look at him passing the 88 of Sailors for 7. Moving forward the 99. Kind of into the rhythm part of this race. Wesley, if we don't get yellows, Wesley, this is a racetrack where once people are spread out, you don't really see people wreck, like spin out. You'll see them clobber the wall maybe. You can see spin outs here and there, but when we get that long green flag run feel, you don't seem to see yellows unless those guys on fresh tires who are on those cold tires, and that's where we saw our first yellow tonight early in the run.
Right here, looking back, we're at 14th spot. This is Dow. You got the 03 Ramsdell, our pole sitter, and then Dave Fuge Jr. He's in this as well as, whoa, big wiggle from the 2 of Dow.
Talk about someone who's dropped off a lot, Wesley, that 5 of Jacob Barker. He has really gone the wrong side right here. He's running 16th. He's battling with Christopher and both the Fuges right there, Connor and Christopher. He has really lost the handle of that race car.
Up front, Westwood, he's going to get her. Yes, he does. He gets around Holloman. That's going to move him up into 4th. As Cheney, he continues to go backwards. This is now the 50 of Noah Walters peering to the inside through 3 and 4.
Remember, Noah spun on like lap 2 or 3, so that 50 truck qualified 6th, trying to get back up to the front half of the field. The 22 trying to get around the 03 right now. Oh, that's close. Whoa, the 03 almost caught the left rear of the 22. Oh, and the too hard
down to the wall.
That's a lot of contact to the right front. See if it
Dave's going to say thank you very much.
And that 03 and the 2 are really struggling. Might be why we haven't seen that 03 battle back through the field. Really lost the handle of that race car. Both the Fuges have gotten by the 5 of Barker. Barker's actually outside the top 20 now. He's down a lap, so I'm assuming he came down pit road. He was really struggling there. Obviously coming off a great run last week at Talladega Super Speedway, as here comes Walters to the inside of Snyder. That's a great move right there. Make him not have the exit to turn down the hill. Didn't get the spot there, but he hurt that exit for the 29. That hurts the 29 way more than the 50.
Just a little bit, and right there, the 40 of Gardner, he's a little bit high through 3 and 4. The 29 of Snyder, he's going to take advantage, get the run down the front stretch. Going into 1 and 2, he's going to be well low. Oh, he drifts up just a little bit, causes Gardner to go even wider through 1 and 2.
Yeah, didn't hold the bottom like he should have, and probably would be clear, almost clear the 40 truck, but he's going to have to be patient here. That time he does do a good job right there, holds the bottom. Look at a nice straight exit. 40 will have momentum, but the 50 is going to give the 29 a nice big shove. Not going to take it 3 wide like an animal.
Please don't take it 3 wide like an animal here.
Yeah, it's not something you want to do.
Yeah, Raja, he was able to pull it off in the Xfinity Series, but don't know how he did that, but it's not necessarily the best idea.
It's really not. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I may have made a 4 wide move earlier in a C open race.
3 wide.
Yeah, there's 3 wide though. Noah Walters trying to get to the inside. We're gonna go back single file, well, not for long. Walters gets to the inside of the 29. Oh, Noah cut him a break. Noah lifted a bit there, I think, and cut the 29 a break. He was there.
And we've got trucks in for pit stops.
Yeah, I see it. Some of these guys
Stop.
are really
Peters
struggling.
dropped through. Now Nagy's going into pits.
Those are good trucks. Top 5, top 10 trucks. We can go a lot longer on the fuel run, so, I mean...
I think they're more concerned about tires.
Yeah, you can 2-stop this race, or we can 1-stop this race, so, especially with the yellow early, you can definitely make it a 1-stop now. Oh, the 29 up the racetrack, almost into Sailor's door. That was almost our
Here comes the 50 of Walters.
That out of nowhere, that 29 chased up the racetrack, and that 88's been struggling for a minute now. Walter's doing that's perfect right there, right there. Wesley did perfect job, and 1 and 2, wrapping that paint. That's exactly what I want to see, and he does it. Oh man, Noah's doing a great job. That's perfect there from Noah. And with the 04 Lark, just wrap that paint. 88 of Sailor, remember, he was really good in the short run as well. But he was running that middle lane, Wesley, and now we're starting to see that affect that handle. And while we're talking about all this, the 66 of Johnson is gone. 5.3 seconds ahead of Drew Prohl in P2. And talking about Drew Prohl driving through the field up to P2. But that truck is gone. It's on rails. And talk about on rails, actually, I think he might have come down pit road. Or he just had a really big moment. He lost like 3/10 right there.
I think it was just a big moment.
You see, I give him praise, and then he's losing a lot of time, actually. I probably shouldn't have talked about him. He heard me, and now he's all nervous. No, Walters, though.
Actually, I think he's in lap traffic.
Yeah, the lap traffic will do that to you. That'll definitely do that to you. Even quicker traffic will do that to you. I think Connor Fuge just made his way down pit road as well. Yeah, he's down pit road as well in the 19, so he's definitely not hoping for a yellow. Any of those guys who made down their pit road, or gals with little Peters, they do not want to see the yellow flag. They at least want it to cycle and everyone to pit. Then we can see the yellow, right? We can run 10 or so laps on those other guys and make them burn up that set. Yeah, Johnston into the traffic, and that might be the only way Prohl gets there, Wesley. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say I'm right there with you. If you're already into and made your pit stop, you don't want to see a caution come out until everybody else has been on pit road, or you're going to be stuck 2 or so laps down because you lose a lot of time. The speed limit there is only 40. Meanwhile, trucks around you still on the track are going 150 or so.
Whoa, that was
massive.
Almost.
Slide from Peters into the contact of the wall with the 54 of Cheney.
That's why there's a slide from Peters. She had to give him every bit of room because he is struggling, and she's actually in the wall off of 4 there. Pretty hard. Can you look to the inside of Lark here? Lark, I think, just got out of the way. I mean, look at that 01. That shows you tires, though, Wesley. I mean, she is flying. She's the first car who's made a pit stop on that strategy. She's not the first car 1 lap down because the leader has lapped to race trucks as she dives to the inside of Dave Fuge Jr., who's running 8th, by the way. Good run for Dave. Up inside the top 10.
Yeah, he's been right there. He's been hugging that line every single time through each corner, so he's saving a good amount of tire. You can probably go to the fuel window.
If I see guys who run that line, Wesley, they're gonna get compliments. They're gonna get praise from me because I love people who can wrap that paint at this racetrack. It's the perfect place to do it. And Peters, she's just done such a good job weaving her way. This is another great thing. When you have those fresh tires, don't get held up from the cars on old tires, right? Or lap trucks. You got to take advantage of them. You don't want to lift a lot right there. That's a bad place to catch the 29. She'll draw to the inside of him, but lost a little bit of time there.
Yeah, middle of the corner, you don't want it to happen right there. You kind of want it to be entry or exit where you're able to either move to the left or right of them. And she's going to get right here, maybe to the inside. Holloman's going to let her have the bottom, knowing she's a lot faster.
That's probably a good idea. Now they can go probably 10 or 15 laps longer, those guys out there on the racetrack. So if they're going to go that full length, everyone on the racetrack who's made a pit stop, they got 15 more laps of holding their breath at maximum here. Actually, a little bit, maybe a little bit longer if they made a pit stop on that lap 10 caution. So we might be going to lap 80 or something. But you definitely want to put yourself as few laps down as possible if you're those trucks who's made a pit stop. So pass as many trucks as possible right now. Oh, this is going to be interesting for the 99 of Nagy. 2x2 in front of you. What do you do?
He's going to get checked up massively by these two right here because you don't want to put it 3 wide unless you know you've got a lot more speed gap between the other 2 trucks. She's going to be able to pull to the inside because Cheney just fades high. And Ramsdell is going to take the bottom 99 Nagy. He's going to shoot it around the outside through 3 and 4. Going to clear before corner exit.
Yeah, Nagy, that was a lot of time he lost right there. He's on fresher tires. I mean, that was probably 2 seconds worth of time he just lost right there. Did the right thing because he can't push the issue right and cause a caution. But you also kind of have to push the issue at the same time. It's a double-edged sword if you've ever seen it. And so there's 2 trucks who made a pit stop. I think I'm seeing on the relatives here on the left here. 52 and 52 for Snyder and Walters. So they can go about 14, give or take, longer than everyone else who's staying out on the racetrack. I think Dakota Ramsdell as well is one of those trucks who has more fuel. So that's something. That's another slice of the pie here as the 17's off the pace. He's not made a pit stop either, I don't believe.
No, he is not.
He's not made a pit stop. And he's still in 20th right now, already a lap down. So that 17 truck struggling tonight. A long green flag run. There's that 19 truck. My boy Connor. That's my pick to win. He's got a little bit ways to go, but he's on some fresh rubber. Ramsdell's going to get out of that 19 truck's way. Probably a good thing. All the fresh rubber on him. That's a sharp-looking paint, I might add. Very purple.
Very purple, very metallic.
Well, probably the most purple scheme I've ever seen in my life, to be honest. There's the 00. I think that's Sean Block on the 00. Right behind Jared Hayes. And Drew Pearl, who's actually P2 right now. So that car he just passed is on old tires and actually an actual lap down. Cheney, though, that's the real thing. He's 19 seconds off the leader, and he's not made a pit stop. So this 54 truck is really, really struggling here. He's praying for a caution. He just doesn't want to be the caution.
That's what I think he's looking for as well. He's looking for the yellow when he's not involved in it. And Dow right there, he's for position as well. Dow, you've seen Dow have some moments, but I've also seen him be able to wrap the bottom a lot better. And then right behind Dow, that's the 14, that's Robert Lewis, or as I know him as Braden. He's already came in for a pit stop. And then behind them is going to be the 49 of Chris Fuge.
Oh, it's going to be scary. Oh, they're all over the place. Robert Lewis had a big checkup. Here comes Dow to the inside of the 54 Cheney. I think the 14's on a little fresher tire. Trying to get by all these guys. He's 12 laps down, so I think he's 100% on fresher tire. He's just trying to be patient here and let the lead lap cars battle. He's also trying to get the move on. Actually,
all right, so the 00 is actually not Sean Block. It's Adrian Torres.
Oh, it's Adrian Torres? Well, I apologize,
It's
Adrian.
supposed to be the 16.
Supposed to be the 16. Well, 16, 00, same thing. Don't worry, I've done that too. I'm not going to lie. This has been a very... I love this, though, Wes. I love green flag racing, and we're almost halfway, actually. And I think some of these guys are going to try that one stop. Some of them are going to try that 2 stop. I think we see our players, though. Oh, my God.
Whoa, big moment out of
all sideways. He went back towards the outside wall. I hope no one made contact. It looks like he's okay.
It's fine.
Scary. It's Christopher Fuge. He's tracking down that 2 truck of Daniel Dow. Oh, wow. Here comes Fast Truck. Here comes Peters, 3 wide.
Oh, buddy, hold on to it. Alfin's going to back out. He doesn't want to be in a sandwich right there.
See, Peters did what Nagy did not. She took the risk, and now she's getting the reward of it, though. She's driving through the Hornet's Nest. There's a lot of trucks through here, though. She had to be pretty aggressive. She'll get to the inside of Tyler Cheney. She has a long ways to go, though, to get to the race leader.
She does. She's also on the lead lap as it sits right now.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, trucks in the wall. A lot of trucks in the wall back there. Can they keep it straight? Alpin again off at 2.
Down 2 again.
Ooh, he's very sideways. Off at 2, he's making my cortisol go up. Battle again back here. Ramsdell, I think that is. Onto the inside of Cheney. Someone's on the inside of Cheney. A lot of trucks to the inside of Cheney after the first 20 laps. I think that was Ramsdell. JP Jones right behind him. He's on fresher tires. He's 3 down. He drift up the racetrack, and he's just going to let him go.
Here we go. Blair Hallman. He's into pits now.
Oh, yeah. Cheney's gone a lap down. Wow. So Johnston's put Tyler Cheney a lap down, and Johnston's picking him up and putting him down. Prohl still 3.8 back. He's gained about a second since last time we talked about the gap, but I think that's a lot of traffic. There's Daniel Dow down pit road. What do we have here? Probably 11 trucks. Not even 10 trucks on the lead lap right now. Ramsdell, that's a bit shocking to me. He didn't stay out a little longer. I figured he would have went long. Such high hopes for the 03 tonight. Grabbed the pole position, just not been the night he was looking for. Here's the 49er, Christopher Fuge, that is. And a sharp looking paint scheme. I like that. I like that green.
Yeah, he's it's Masters weekend coming up, so has a sponsor of Shank It Golf, so why not put it in some green and yellow?
Why not, indeed. I'm not a big golf guy, but I think everyone knows what the Masters is, so it's a sharp looking paint either way.
One of the biggest sporting events in the world.
Oh, it's definitely one of the biggest. I know the Masters. I'm a cultured man, you know. It's not my cup of tea. I like playing golf, but just don't like watching it very much. But it's definitely one of the biggest sporting events in the world. You're not wrong about that. But Garrett Johnson, man, he is just gone. 4-second lead when he's in clean air. He looks just very good. Look at that. He lets Prohl gain on the entrance, but it's that middle corner and exit. You look at the timing sheets. He'll lose time on the entrance to the corner, but he's going to pull it all back right here. That's going to be where, as he comes down pit road.
Oh, he comes into pit road.
Trying to talk about something.
He's going to stay on the track as well.
Get that lap led. He's going to take the race lead and hope for a yellow to cycle this thing up. It's going to help a lot of cars get on the lead lap or get another lap back. There's that 66. He'll pull to the pit stall with his smiling emoji as his pit sign. Prohl takes the lead over Walters. I think Prohl's coming down pit road.
Yeah,
Walters will take the lead.
Westwood's now in. I think a lot of trucks are coming in as well.
Walters, remember, he has more dash, so he can go a little longer. Why not take advantage of that? I mean, really, I think it's a lot less risk versus reward for the 50 truck. Now, he might be a lap down, though, when he does pit, because he's been out on old tires for so long, and Lilith Peters has been on fresh tires for so long. She's 100%. Oh, Cheney with black flag, and his night gets worse, along with Andrew Torres in the 00. Supposed to be the 16. But that's a shame for both those trucks. I mean, that 17 is so slow. He's on very old tires.
He's on very old tires, probably trying to stretch it as long as he can. Doing good, though. He sees the leaders coming. He gets out of their way.
Oh, he is praying for caution for sure. As we only have 5 cars on the lead lap right now. I think all of them but 2 have actually not made a pit stop. And so Peters is really, we'll see a lot of trucks go back. Yeah. So the top 2 haven't made a pit stop, and neither has 5th place Brian Alphen, who's trying to hope his race turns on the right side right here. If the caution comes out, Brian Alphen's going to be really happy. If it doesn't, well, he won't be as happy. That's going to kill Tyler Cheney's day, already battling the handle of that race truck. Andrew Torres as well. It's going to hurt his day with the black flags on pit road. We're seeing Noah Walters still out here leading laps. 5 seconds clear of Heath Snyder, about 8 clear of Lilith Peters.
And just managing gap a little bit well, I'd say as well. You see it's almost about 6 seconds to Snyder, 8.7 to Peters, and depending on where it is in the corner, I think he gains into it. Yeah, but on exit, he loses out to Peters.
Yeah, he's not really losing all that much time though, Lilith, which is, I mean, she also might be in traffic too. He might not, well, he's in traffic right now, so he's going to lose out a lot here. There's the 66, that man who's been so dominant. He'll get back on the lead lap. So we'll have 6 cars on the lead lap. Jacob Barker is the free pass. He's right back there in that red and white truck. There's Tyler Cheney, who's a monster on the short run, trying to get back one of his laps to go 3 down. Whoa, Barker about was the cause of our caution. He had a moment off too. Andrew Torres in the 00.
And there we see it. Walters, he's on the pit road. Blow it down, get it turned in.
I think that 50 truck, that's a good time. You went really long here. Might be in the best spot for the one-stop guys. Obviously, the 66 is so fast. But I like this call. I mean, I don't think he really would have loved it with the spin early, but I think it's worked in his favor. Driven through the field, and before the cycle, I think he was running 6th or something. So he's driven back to the front. Snyder's now taking the lead, and I don't know for how long, because Lilith Peters on the fresher tires, only 2 tenths behind. We have lapped a lot of trucks, Wesley. We only have 8 trucks in the lead lap.
And it's just these guys are putting in a lot of consistent fast laps, and it helps as well. Peters there, you see around the white as good as she can. Snyder was way up into the turns there in 3 and 4 as Peters comes across, leading race once again here at Rockingham.
First time she's led tonight, but you're right, we're leading again here at Rockingham. On the aggressive strategy, see 11 seconds clear of Johnston. She's going to need to probably pit here in 20 laps or so, though, to eke back into that gap. But she's going to make a whole nother pit stop, right? So she's on the 2 stop, so she's got a lot more time to gain here. Johnston's on probably
Gardner.
Here's Gardner.
Wanted
He's
to
going
get his lap back.
So we have 10 cars in the lead lap. Only 10 trucks on the lead lap right now. Yeah, Johnson's gained a second, though, in this one lap that... Oh, look, Peter's really high right there. Not what you want to be doing. Maggie's P2. He's 8 seconds back, though.
There we see Snyder. He's finally in for his pit stop as well.
Yeah, very late in the run for Heath Snyder. This is a race that just seems like don't make mistakes and take yourself out of it. It's not a caution fest race, right? It's a more of a, it's a long, grueling race. We've had a long green flag run, almost 80-something laps. So a whole C open race we've done under green flag, and we had that 10-lap dash at the start. And we still have a long ways to go. 67 laps to go, so, or 57, excuse me. Only 1 caution. But a very clean race tonight. It was a big caution, though. 3 trucks were involved in the back straightaway. Lilith Peters continues to lead. Now 8 seconds clear of Garrett Johnston. Here's Andrew Nagy. He just came down pit road again, so that's Nagy's last stop of the night.
And so he's good to go, but he's got 65 laps. He's got to make it on this set. Without pitting again. Caution might help him out, but only once he's back onto the lead lap, or maybe the 1 lap down.
He's going to have to hope for the caution to be beneficial to him, is like right before Johnston and the other leaders on the one-stop strategy catch him, the caution comes out and they have to pit for tires too. Be the only way the caution is beneficial to those drivers. But this 2-stop could work, but I'm just iffy on it. I think Lilith Peters has enough pace that she can make it work for this win. She's still in the race lead here, which is good. That's what you need to be. And she's about 8 tenths last lap lower. But here comes the 03. That's going to make her a lap time slower. Roll actually
Really?
quicker than Johnson.
If you're on older tires and there's somebody with newer tires coming up towards you, whoa, that's going to be real tight between Dow and Johnston.
As you're talking about that.
If you're on older tires and there's somebody with newer tires coming around you, your best thing is lift off and actually let them go by as clean as possible, because it can slow you down just as much as it slows them down.
You're not wrong whatsoever, Wesley. You got to kind of just help out each other. You got to help the other guy by helping yourself in the same manner. We're running a clean and green kind of race tonight. Both Peters about to see 51 to go this time by. Picking him up and put him down. Still only 10 cars in the lead lap. Noah Walters is the free pass beneficiary, with the second freshest tires on the racetrack, only behind Heath Snyder. At least of any competitive cars who aren't multiple laps down. Or Andrew Nagy as well. I mean, he just made a pit stop, so he actually probably has fresher tires than both of them. She's still got a 3-second lead. I think Lilith probably should come in here in the next 5 to 15 laps. Or probably maybe right after. Oh, right, here we go.
As you say
Right I figured it would have been maybe when she gets caught by Johnson, maybe, or even loses the spot, then she pits. Just to say, if the caution comes out, she still has the lead, but pulls the trigger at 50 go. I don't mind that, though. That's plenty of time. I think it's going to be a pretty fun battle to watch if it goes green, if Johnson can run her down. And or Prohl, because Prohl's only 6 seconds behind him, and he's lapping quicker than the 66 is. And Blair Holloman, just another great Blair Holloman night. Top 5 all night tonight.
That's what you love to see with Blair. We talked about it. He kind of came up at Talladega as a shock winner, able to dodge through the traffic, as he put it, learning the 5 Ds of dodgeball, but put it into application there in the truck, and was able to get away with it. But another solid night for him. He's been top 5 consistent. We saw him fighting there for the lead when it was him versus Cheney. And even though he's typically known for the short run speed he has, his truck on the long run's not been too bad.
Oh, it really hasn't. It's been a good truck tonight. And now here's the time where Lilith needs to go, go, go. This is the time. She had a 2-second something advantage over him at the start of the cycle. Now, obviously, she wants to get back in the lead lap because that's #1 priority for herself. So she's right by Blair Holloman, who's about 12 seconds off the leader of Johnson. She's got a ways to go to get up to the race leader, unlap herself. Oh, she's in the wall. But I don't mind that call, Wesley. 50 to go. I mean, I think that's plenty of time to. I mean, Johnson's probably going to pit. Or that, actually, I think is that Johnson's last stop? I think that's his last stop.
It is. He pitted at lap 80,
right.
So he only had to make the one. She's going to have to put absolute pedal to the metal here, balls out all the way to the end of the race.
Yeah, I was thinking there was another stop cycle, but yeah, no, that's going to be really hard to do on the 2-stop strategy. That's why I was saying maybe we go a little longer to have the offset on tires be a bit bigger, because to catch a whole 2 laps on someone's a lot of pace. I'm not sure how much older tires she has, or he has, compared to her. I think probably, oh, here we go. Cars down pit road, the 5. 20 laps? I don't know if that's enough. I don't think that's enough.
5 of Barker, 14 of Lewis.
This is more when I think...
21 of Jones as well.
This is more when I think she should have pit, Wesley, right here. Those extras 5 or 7 laps, that's a lot. I mean, she's going to be quicker, and now she has to pass the 99, who's not on much older tires than her. She's a much better truck, it looks like. She'll get to the inside of him. I think he might just let her go. Yeah, he's going to let her go.
Yeah, just let her go. The 01 is pushing like no other, and rightfully so. That's what she needs to do. No point in trying to fight her and hold her back.
Yeah, don't do that. You might get ran over. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if she can unlap herself #1 and then... Yeah, that's a lot, Wesley.
For the win.
Yeah, I think she can get back in the lead lap. I don't think she can get a win, though, with this strategy. I just don't think there's enough laps.
She's got to make up 39 seconds between everything to get that win, and you've got only 40 laps to do it.
I think this 2-stop could work if you were the 66. Because he just had such a big lead, right? He could probably do it. But being, I don't know where she pit when we started the first cycle, but I think she was like 4th or 5th, or a good amount off of him. Yeah, it's just you have to be probably even or ahead of second place, or the leader if you're second, to do this strategy and make it work. I don't mind that for a lot of the other trucks maybe who are struggling on handling, maybe like the 99 or the 5 who seem to not like his car on the long run. I don't mind that at all. Trying something different. I like Noah Walters though, P6 on the freshest tires of the bunch. I don't think he can run down the race leader with a 19-second gap, but I think a top 5's in the cars for the 50 truck.
Top 5's on the cards, and he's catching up to the 40. That's Colton Gardner. It's only about a second behind. And then Gardner, he's about another 3/10, or not 3/10, but 3 seconds behind the 32 of Holloman. So I'd say he might be able to get all the way up to 4th, even. Whoa, massive moment from Walters as we were talking about him there off of 2.
And have Parker to his inside now on fresh rubber. Trying to put him actually back to 1 lap down. Have a long ways to go because he's 19 seconds off the race leader to go back to 1 down. Gets to the inside of this 00 that's supposed to be the 16. Got me all mixed up there with the 00 of Torres. So you're seeing Sean Block in that car. Walters is closing in on Colton Gardner. Here's Peters, so she's by the 88. Oh, he's in the wall hard there. That's a lot of contact. 10 of Dow, next one to pick him up and put him down. He's actually in the top 10. He's a lap down though. Oh, she's not gonna love that.
Gonna put it right in front of her.
Yeah, gotta be predictable here if you're on with the tires, and Daniel Dow was not. I think it kind of bit him though, running that top lane. I don't think the track's really widened out. I think these trucks just aren't handling all that well.
Yeah, she's gonna have to get all the way up to her teammate there, Ramsdale. He's the lucky dog as it sits in the 03. So, and Johnson, he's picking him up, put him back a lap down. He's now only left 7 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah, that's not very many, and there are only 3 trucks are about to go down a lap. The 50, the 40, and the 22 are only a few seconds up the road from him. So, and here's Pearl. So she's 6 seconds off the lead now. I don't think the win's in the table. It's how hard can she, or how high can she finish this race with the fresh rubber. I don't see much more than maybe a P5. I think a P5 or P4 is in the cards for sure. If we go around at the end here. Caution would change everything. Change everything for her as well, depending on when the caution comes out. Flagman's not had a busy day though, Wesley. Been a very flagless day today. Maybe just a lot of blue flags.
Barney's been able to have a nice little race to watch.
Whoa, we say that.
50, no, that's the 7 of Clapper Newell.
7 off the pace there, off of 2. Had a big moment in that ramp. Running 15th. He's having a decent day. And I thought that was about to be our yellow, and I thought Lilith Peters was going to be part of the yellow. Too wide back there. This doesn't seem like Prohl can really eat into the 66 lead no matter what he does.
It's more so the 66 has widened the gap as well between himself and Prohl.
It's a really clean race, as I say that, from the 66 of Johnson. And we've hit under 30 laps to go this time by. So, and he's just Connor Fuge slow. I know he's about 8 laps down already. Wow, look at all those marbles. See what happened to Connor here. Outside the 99 of Nagy.
Side by side with teammate at Nagy and just spun.
Yeah.
Keep it off the wall, he does.
That's a good job, yeah. No contact. I mean, there was contact, but I think the 99 went up a little bit, and the 19 probably could give him a bit more room.
I think Connor just wanted to use the grass to cool down his tires a bit.
I mean, you don't want to overheat them, so that's probably a good strategy. Wait, the 99. Trucking on, he's one of those 2-stop cars. He's 11th. I think he can get a top 10 with the strategy. I don't mind this strategy if you aren't looking for the win, right? If you're looking for good finishes, I think this is a good strategy. I think if more trucks did it too, I think if more trucks took that 2-stop, I think it would be a better call. With so many slow trucks and weaving through it, it makes it a lot harder. If there was like only 6 or so trucks that took the 1-stop, I think the 2-stop's better because the traffic's now hurting those cars more than these guys right here. and gals of the 01. I think that's really what's the big difference of this race right now.
It's about a 50-50 split as well, and I think some guys even transitioned into making it a two-stop, seeing how much wear they had on that first run. As now the 40 Gardner, he's gone a lap down as well, leaving just 6 trucks on the lead lap.
Yeah, Ramsdale's come down pit road from 8th. He's down 17th and 2 laps down. Dow in the fence off of 2 there. Yeah, Dave Fuge Jr. in the 22 with a great run tonight. Last car on the lead lap. He's hoping for a yellow. Wouldn't hurt his feelings none. Very calm race. Well, I've very thoroughly enjoyed this race. Very love to see green flag running.
It is, and it's always good as well to see 2 different strategies, how they play out against each other.
This feels like an old school Rockingham race. With the tires, the long green flag run. A little chaos at the start, but all in all, a really fun race tonight. And there's Lilith Peters right behind the 49 back there, Christopher Fuge. She sees the 66 in her sights, sees 7th as well of Gardner. Like I said, I think P4 is probably the ceiling for Lilith Peters, as Noah Walters has passed Blair Holloman for 4th. I think Noah maybe
Peters, that's
catch Westwood.
7th for her.
I think she can catch. I think Noah Walters can catch Westwood. Only 3 seconds behind him, and get him out fresher tires in the 92. Don't count out that battle for the final spot in the podium. Come up here and talk to us into the booth. Roll now 8 seconds behind Johnston, so it's just the gap has grown. Peters is driving her heart out to try to catch this 66 in front of her.
And he's right there as well. She knows where the mark is, and as soon as she gets around him, she wants to see the yellow.
Oh, yeah. She might want a few more laps to catch the 22 and the 32, then she'll get the yellow. She wants to pass a few more trucks probably, but I mean, I think as soon as she's on the lead lap, she is praying for the yellow either way. A few more spots would be a consolation prize. But once the 66 gets to that 22, I mean, he's going to fight really hard to stay on the lead lap. I mean, it just opens up the door so much for him.
He will, and we're now at 20 to go as well, Gage. So that's another thing to put in. We got 20 laps. Or did you put anything left in the reserve, anything you saved?
I think some guys did. Well, here comes the 01. She has no saving in her mind. She's flown by the field. And if she had maybe 20 lap pressure tires, maybe we could see it. But 22 seconds, I don't think she's going to have enough time at all. I think a P4 could be in the cards for her.
Well, P6 of Dave's right in front of her, and she's got that tire advantage, like you said. About 19 or so laps between the two of them. Dave only on the 1 stop, Peters on the 2.
Yeah, but she's really worn them things out. They've equalized a lot.
Oh, caution out.
Oh my, and Lilith Peters might have to do a rain dance after that. Caution flag out. 7 trucks on lead laps. Gardner will be the free pass, and we're looking at Brian Alphen here. Wondering maybe he is the cause for the caution. We actually don't know who the cause for the caution was. There's no real damage in the 83. This shakes everything up here, Wesley. Late into the race, let's watch the 83 off of 2. 7 in front of him. Little contact. Oh, this is chaos. Well, that would be our caution. Barker gets into the 83 of Alphen. Actually, we didn't really even need a yellow for that. He kept it straight. Great save. It's a shame the race car had to be wrecked. So I think you'll see a lot of trucks take the wave around here. Pretty much everyone will who's a lap down. Definitely if you're 1 lap down. There's no reason not to. The free pass will be Gardner. Yeah, and I don't think Johnson's going to lose the race lead on pit road with all the traffic in between him and Prohl.
I don't think so either. Yeah, right there. He's going to be down nice and easy. And a lot of lap cars coming down as well. Prohl, he's about 3 cars in between him and the 66 of Johnston.
So this works out for some guys and gals and doesn't work out for some others. I don't think it worked out at all for the 83 of Alphen, though, unfortunately. That was just kind of a bad deal down the back straightaway. A lot of cars that probably should have lifted there. Almost only had the one caution tonight, but now with 15 to go, I don't think we're going to be held to 2.
Don't think we're held with 2 either. I think as soon as everybody gets tires on their cars, it's going to be nonstop push.
Johnson will leave pit road with the race lead. Prohl second. I think Holloman might jump Walters here? No, Westwood, then Walters. Holloman
And
sixth.
Holloman.
Peters jumps Fuge on pit road. As of now. As we're chat saying this will be fun. Well, it'll be something, all right. So I have 12 cars in the lead lap. The last of which, first one down is Sailors. Sorry, Wesley.
I was going to say, who's got the calculator out to see how much damage is going to be done to all these trucks by the end of the race?
No. This is our last caution, bud. This is the last one tonight. At max, we might get like a solo spin or something. Well, the lights are off on the pace car. So we're going to have a sprint to the finish. Basically, that what we had before the first yellow tonight. About a 15, 13 lap run. We're going to go green with 14 laps to go. Johnson has dominated this race. Prohl has been pretty good tonight. Been a P2 truck all night. The third place has been up in the air. They'll watch for the 0-1 of Peters in 6th, though. I think she has something to say for the front row. Walters with the solo spin. Early is rebounded to 4th. Westwood and Holloman just good, solid days, along with the 22 of Fuge Jr. Other guys take the wave around to get back in the lead lap. We have 12 cars on the lead lap here at Rockingham. 14 laps to go. Flagman with the green flag in hand. And racing again at the rock. And spinning the tires is the 80 of Prohl. Westwood clear to P2. Holloman might be clear into 3rd. He's going to have a shot at it, though. Off of 2. Westwood to the inside, or excuse me, Holloman to the inside. He'll clear Prohl. Prohl with the run off the top, though. He'll stay to the right rear quarter panel. Same with Peters to the outside of Walters. All this is being said, Johnson's pulled a 7/10 second gap in a lap over Westwood, who's now 2nd. Holloman in 3rd. In the battle for 5th is the fastest and hottest battle on the racetrack. Man, Peters is so close to the wall off 4 there.
She is, though she can't really go lower with the 50 of Walters down below her. And like you said, that's kind of the hottest battle. These 2 trucks were flying up through the field as soon as they got new tires on. Walters sideways, that's going to allow Peters with a run to the outside through 3 and 4.
He did all that work, and he's going to have to redo it all again, and she's going to have to do all that work again to try to get back by him. She'll have the advantage entering the corner. She's got to pinch him down. She tries to, but the 50 slides up the racetrack. They almost make contact. They keep it clean. Peters with the run off the exit of the corner, though. This might be her chance. Not quite clear. She sails it off into the corner. On the top lane. Oh, she's loose. Now the 50 back on the bottom.
Just drove it in too much, had to turn down to try to maintain the corner, and it snapped the truck. She saved it, though.
Whoa,
Walters again running her up the track through 1 and 2.
Oh, a car on the wall again, the 0-1.
Peters in the wall.
She's still not clear. And Sailors is right in the middle of all this. The first car 1 lap down. Crossover move from Sailors. Walters on the inside. And clear, finally, of Lilith Peters. Dave Fuge Jr. back there in 7th is getting eaten up by fresh tire trucks all around him. Lap trucks. He's trying to salvage and keep this good run going. As Johnson's pulled a 2nd on Westwood. And there's a battle for P2, though, up front. Holloman and Westwood. Well, not much of a battle because Holloman's up to P2. Can Holloman track down Garrett Johnson? I don't think so. put a foot wrong tonight has Garrett Johnson. And with 7 to go, he's just hoping to not hear caution flag, because I think really with how hard everyone pushed, you might want to take tires. Like, tires are really important here with how hard they wear, and everyone's pushing so hard. That would be interesting if we do see the yellow flag again. Not been a yellow kind of race, though.
It's not. We've gotten strung out pretty well almost every single start and restart, to where it's not a lot of trucks jumbled up together, and you kind of see it now as well. There's about a good single file all the way around the track as well. 50 loose again on exit of 2.
And there's a lot of tires offset still as well. A lot of trucks took the wave around there, so a lot of those slower trucks are going to get out of the way, so there's not as much battling as we would typically see on a restart here. Really, no one's moved around all that much aside from Prohl dropping from 2nd to 4th. Not a lot of movement, really. Holloman and Westwood have put a decent gap to Prohl back there. Holloman's just kind of matching, lap times with Garrett Johnson. That time he ate into it a little bit. But with 5 to go, he's going to need to be over 0.2 of a second quicker to make that 4 to go. Don't see it happening. Only thing that could go between Garrett Johnson and the win tonight at Rockingham is right there. That caution flag could come out. The 5 of Barker, who was involved in the last one a little bit. And Christopher Fuge right there. 3 laps to go at Rockingham. Remember last time, Wesley, I think this race was just a caution fest. The first time we came here, Lilith Peters obviously picking up the checkered flag with the late race chaos, but completely different song and dance this time. You know, a lot of green flag running and a lot of manhandling, getting up on the wheel of these race trucks.
It is, and long green flag runs, people find them boring. I find them exciting just because you don't know what's going to happen, what each driver had as a plan coming into the race. And always with a late race restart, it makes it even more exciting. As whoa, massive moment there. The 80 of Dow trying to get, or not the 80 of Dow, 80 of Prohl trying to get around the lapper of Daniel Dow.
And white flag is going to come out for Garrett Johnson. Final lap of the race for the 66. He's not put a foot wrong all night tonight. He's had a second lead or over a second basically all night. He's going to the inside of Tommy Lark down the back straightaway. And well, he's going to kick open the champagne bottle tonight because he puts on a clinic at Rockingham. Garrett Johnson in the 66 Silverado wins at the Rock. And a great race for Garrett Johnson, Holloman, and Westwood, our podium. Prohl ends up 4th. Peters 5th, actually. Noah Walters had an issue on that last lap, Wesley. What's happened to Noah Walters? And he finishes 8th, but he was running 5th. Take a quick look at it.
Yo, Peters blew so...
Oh,
that's a block gone wrong. I'd say that's on the 50.
That's a bad block. That's not a great move from the 01, but I mean, she's there. Can't just come down the hill. But either way, Garrett Johnson doesn't care about that battle for 5th because he's going to pull it into victory lane at Rockingham. And we here in the booth are going to take a quick commercial break before we get back to our finishing results and our top 3 finishers.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Rockingham Speedway. We're going to take a quick look at our finishing order tonight. Unofficial results, obviously, but I didn't see really any yellows, so I don't think these will really change tonight. Garrett Johnson picks up a dominant victory tonight, just under a second. Back there behind him, though, is Blair Holloman. I think he's going to have a stranglehold on this points lead after tonight. Kyle Westwood third, a good run from him in the 92. Prohl fourth. Peters rounds out the top 5. Dave Fuge Jr. in 6th. Gardner 7th. And Noah Walters, I mean, he had the top 5, at least the top 6 guaranteed. Kind of turns himself or makes some contact with Peters on the last lap there. He'll end up 8th, Snyder 9th, and Andrew Nagy in the top 10, rounding out our top 10 tonight. Lark will finish 11th. He ran about 8th to 11th all race tonight. Didn't really fit anywhere below that. Jordan Saylor, we saw him as high as 2nd tonight, ends up 12th. Dow 13th, Noel 14th, Barker 15th, Fuge, or Christopher Fuge that is, 16th. Dakota Ramsdell 17th, our pole sitters, rough night for him. Alphin 18th, Hayes 19th, and Tyler Chaney after a penalty on pit road, rounding out the top 20.
Going back to 21st, we have the 17 of Art Nico Terra. 22nd is going to be the 21 of JP Jones. 23rd, Adrian Torres. 24th, Connor Fuge, rounding out the third of the Fuges of the race. 25th, Robert Lewis. 26th, Joseph Dupont, and 27th, Tyler Rouse, caught in that first accident and car totaled, parked it for the rest of the night.
Unfortunate there for that. All those guys who had bad luck, and jubilations for all the guys who had good finishes tonight. Wesley, but I think we should go ahead and talk to our first guy who had a great finish tonight. Kyle Westwood. I want to get him up in here in the booth with us. Kyle, my man, you got a copy?
Going, guys.
Let's go on, my man. I mean, talk about a race tonight. We only had 2 yellows the entire race, and you just like a really good truck tonight. You know, you ran from that kind of like 3rd place range to 6th really all night tonight. Just like a solid day from yourself.
Yeah, I think I finished 1 position better than I probably should have. I think Drew had some issues there getting going on the restart. He said he made his truck a little loose for the end of the run there, for the last restart there, so I think he was fighting that, but a few more laps, I think he would have got me, so I'm happy with where I finished. I think that was 1 position better.
Well, sometimes, you know, that's the best thing when you get that 1 position probably better than you should have. But, I mean, it was a solid night tonight, right? I mean, if you think you finished 4th, I mean, there was a lot of green flag running, a lot of strategy tonight. Some guys taking the risk on the 2 stop. I think the 1 stop was probably the way to go, and you obviously went that way. Talk me through how'd your truck tail tonight with a lot of green flag run?
I think that's where, honestly, I prevailed, was at the end. I tried my best to save it early to mid-run, and then by the time we got to the end, it was feeling pretty good when I know, like, a couple of my teammates said they were struggling at the end of the run there, so it was a fun run. The truck felt pretty good the entire time. Like I said, that's kind of what makes Rockingham a lot of fun, though, is when you get the different strategies. You got guys running all kinds of different speeds all over the place. Makes it fun to navigate.
Rockingham is a really fun track to navigate. Shame we're going to be moving on from this weekend officials and here tonight in SSRL, but I mean, Wesley, you've got further more to add here for Kyle's race tonight.
Nothing much, really. You were top 5 almost all race long and gave us some good battles. Rockingham, this was different from the one we went to prior in the season because it just had a brand new update, I believe, in recent times. So how different was it from the Rockingham early on in the season?
So for me, it's a little tough to say because I ran a very different setup. I remember the first time we were here, I went for the tighter approach. This time around, I went for the looser approach. So it's tough for me to say how much of that was the setup versus the track. But I mean, as far as grip, I remember it felt like the first time around it had a lot less grip than it did today. It was a little slick coming off the corners, but I remember the first time around we were fighting even entry. Entry was loose. And like I said, though, I don't know how much of that was setup versus track, but you definitely felt a difference today.
Well, felt a difference today, no matter what. If it was the setup or just the track, at least you were able to pick one part of the corner you didn't have to worry about, and it let you take home third.
Yeah, yep, that was a lot of fun racing these guys. These guys are good. It's been a while since I got to talk to you guys, so I'm glad to be back in here.
Well, it's glad to see you back up here, Kyle. I saw you earlier today though, so I said hi to you. So, but yeah, man. I mean, before I let you go, sponsors, shout outs, all that good stuff.
Yeah, first teammates. You got Jordan and Blair. They're awesome to run with. We all kind of bounce our knowledge off one another, and I think it's been helping us here in the team points lately. Also want to thank Sim Wrap Market for the awesome paint schemes. And pretty much anything you see on track for me comes from those guys. Second to last, I want to thank Dave and all the admins for everything they do for this league, and I want to thank you guys for putting on a great show up in the booth every week.
Well, we appreciate that, Kyle. I hope to see you out here when we have those official races at Bristol, and I hope to see you do good next week next time out when we go to Bristol in the league. So, good to see you, brother, and I'm glad you had a great run tonight.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I'll see you soon.
See you, my man. It's our P3 finisher, everyone. Kyle Westwood. Wesley, if you want to take it here for Blair Holloman, take the lead.
I got you. Hey, Blair, it's Gage and Wesley up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys. How you doing?
Doing pretty well. Second place. That was amazing run, just up there constantly throughout at the very beginning of the race before the first caution flew out, and even after that, battling with the 54 of Cheney. We called it the duel of the short runs, but then your car also had that long run speed and longevity it needed.
Yeah, it was a pretty good truck. Having to battle the 54, getting chopped in the turn one, those few laps in a row, all it really needed to cook the right front, which I was kind of surprised. But as the race went on, truck felt pretty good. Went from cooking the front tires the first run to kind of cooking the right rear the second one, so fair trade. I'll take that. But we got that final run there, and it's like, oh, well, what can I do? Put 2 gallons of gas in it, jack the rear springs up, and hold on. And that's pretty much what I did for that final few laps there to the end. It was a rocket. It felt pretty good.
I mean, you said it felt good and it was a rocket. It definitely seemed like a rocket on track anytime we see that 32, and it always looks good as well with those paint schemes, that I might add.
Yeah, thank you. I try my hardest to be consistent. If I don't get race winning pace, I at least try to do the best with what I got, and felt like tonight was a very optimal type of night. Did I have race winning pace? I don't know. I think it was more luck of the draw there with the caution at the end. But sometimes it's just being in the right place and just capitalizing on the opportunities. And tonight was one of those nights.
Yeah, it definitely was, and being in the right place for sure as something I would say. Gage, you got something for him?
Yeah, man, you just look good tonight. I mean, the truck looked good. I'm interested to hear that you burnt the right front up on that first run. Was that just kind of the hard pushing right there, or is it like was it not running the bottom as much, or like what really burned up that right front and the right rear on the second run?
So the first run, having to be side by side with the 54 as he was rolling the corners, so he's able to diamond the corner. Rockingham, the way the corners are banked, if you're on the inside of somebody diamonding the corner, you literally have to saw the wheel to keep it down on the painted lines. So that 5 laps on that restart, when me and him were side by side, I cooked the tires on the front. Like, the right front was just cooked. I got told at like lap 40. It was like, hey, the right front's worn. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Only got 35 more laps in this run, but all right. And then the second run, it's not that it warned me that the tires were cooked off, but we got to like lap 110 to 115, and going through the corner, I don't get completely back on the gas like immediately. Like, I try to, ease back into it. And even easing into it, the tires were kicking the truck sideways. So I'm like, oh, okay, so the rears are burnt off of it now. But it wasn't too bad. It was kind of which version of the truck you want. And here, I'd rather have the rears burned off. At least I can kind of manage that because I can get it to turn through the corner. When the fronts are burnt off, you're along for the ride. If it turns in on corner entry, well, that's amazing because it's not going to turn at the exit of the corner. So it's like, I'll gladly take the truck sliding.
Without a doubt, my man. I don't blame you at all for that, Wesley, if you want to finish it up.
So much. And then I also asked Westwood, did you feel a difference between what we had here and what we had earlier on the season with the update to the track?
Now, if I remember correctly, that last time we were here, I had at one point during the race a 4-second lead on just pace. This track definitely felt different, but in a good way though. You can see this track once it starts getting rubbered in, the more like they actually run it and iRacing changes the parameters a bit, it'll be quite nice. But tonight it was definitely a little bit of a different track. The setup I ran the last time around here, I looked at the 10 lap average from practice and it was not the same. So I was like, oh, okay, so she's just a little bit different. And also the high side really didn't come in tonight when you look at it. Like it honestly really wasn't there. It was a couple laps you could try it, but the last time we were here, you could run the top the whole time if you really wanted to. So it's just a little different, but not bad though. I'll give credit. It was still quite a decent racing surface, so not bad.
Well, it gave us a decent, not just a decent, but an amazing race as well. Any shout outs, sponsors, friends, family you want to say before we let you go for the rest of the night, Blair?
Yeah, I got a couple quick ones. I want to give a shout out to E-Racing Designs with Rob Evans, a designer out of Washington State. On the side of the truck, I know it's kind of small, but we got ACR Autocore Recycling. It's my buddy Brian Lefevre's business. Of course, league sponsor, Holloman Napa Auto Parts. That's my cousin Tad's family business. Always try to rep the family brand the best I can for him. The Zuyos gang. I know Jordan had not the best evening there. Not quite certain on how he went a lap down, but we did put 2 Zuyos trucks on the podium tonight, which is awesome. So that's for team battle points. It might have actually helped us. I haven't really looked too much at the team points this season, but this definitely should point us in the right direction. I want to give 2 shout outs. One to my dad. I know he's watching. Hope he's entertained. And I know Sophia's watching. Hopefully she was also entertained by this race. It was kind of cool getting outclassed by the 66 truck the whole evening. I was trying to figure out what can I do there to try to have a shot with him. And I at least had a shot. I was able to say I had him within a second, but I didn't have anything else for him after that. But I want to say thank you to the Fuges for the league, and of course you guys for the broadcast. And who knows what we got there when we go to Bristol. Hopefully it's not chaos. Hopefully it's a good race, but I don't know. I haven't ran Bristol in a truck in actually a year, so I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, Bristol's going to be an exciting one. The last great Coliseum, we see a bunch of door banging and metal scraping, so it's going to be interesting to see it. I agree with you, and hopefully we can see you back up here after it.
Hopefully we can. We got what, seven races left, and just gotta try to be consistent. So I'll do the best I can.
Well, do the best you can, Blair, and have a good rest of your night.
Thank you. I'll catch you guys.
Have a good one. Well, Blair in second, he was definitely a happy one.
He was very happy. I don't blame him. He had a really good night, and he's probably really happy because of the points. But let's go ahead and get our man, probably a little bit more happy, Garrett Johnston, up here in the booth. Garrett, my man, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, you kind of put the field on notice tonight. You kind of opened up a can of whoop ass. I mean, you did probably everything right tonight. The restarts, long run, short run, that truck just looked on rails. I mean, talk me through your night tonight and talk me through that fast setup, because that thing looked like it was so fast.
Yeah, I was talking to everyone after the race, and I was being 100% honest when I say that I have no idea what it was that made it just so perfect. We doing some practice and some races this week, and even then I noticed that I seemed to be the only truck that could actually hammer through turn 1 on restarts and just pull away, and I think that really just set the pace and got it going. But I seriously do not know what I did differently. I don't know what it was that made the true difference, I guess, because it was a good old-fashioned a butt whooping, but I don't get those very often, so I'll definitely take it when I can.
Well, I think, if I look back at Darlington, I think you probably were the best truck there too. Just never got really in position to win that one. But I mean, yeah, tonight you just kind of, once you had track position, no one could hold the candle to you. You're right. Your 1 and 2 pace is really good. You just really get up on the throttle a lot earlier than a lot of guys and hang on to the bottom. And like I said, like a lot of people we've asked a lot, was the bottom kind of the preferred lane tonight? I saw a lot of guys kind of venture up the racetrack and not on that painted line, but I didn't really see you do that all that much.
Yeah, I was definitely preferred the bottom. I tried kind of diamonding 1 and 2. I mean, 3 and 4 is definitely the bottom. 1 and 2, you could maybe get away with diamonding. I just felt like it burned the tires up a little too much. So I just kind of chicken-footed it, as they say, around the bottom, and it ended up working out. And I was really concerned on that long run that I burnt my stuff up too early, and I kept watching the relative, and it kept staying the same. So whatever I did, it apparently worked. So like I said, I'm thrilled.
Without a doubt, my man. If Wesley got further at here for him.
Nothing much. Tires is always the name of the game. Whenever we come to a very abrasive track like this, Gage said it, at Darlington, you seem like have one of the best trucks, but never just got into the position. But you got into the position quite early today, never gave it up, and just, you said you felt like you kind of took it, those couple of laps of trying to diamond through 1 and 2, you burned it up a little bit too much. How bad was that tire wear after the first stint?
No, it wasn't too bad. It was definitely one of those runs where you get in the pits and you see the tire wear and you're like, oh wow, I didn't know it was that bad. So it definitely didn't feel bad at all. And even then, it was really stable, and it showed that because the tire wear was pretty much the exact same all the way around all 4 corners. So I think we could have gone a lot farther, and I would have been totally fine. And then, then towards the end, it becomes a even more of a management game because you don't want to accidentally bait yourself into pushing too hard, just trying to get to the finish. And then, of course, nothing can ever be easy, and you got the short run at the end, which is always super fun. And Blair really gave me a run for my money there. And like I said, it kind of came down again to just being able to pull away and hammer through 1 and 2 right off the bat. He was on the 5 and 10 lap average. He was quicker than me on that last run. So the first few laps definitely made all the difference.
Definitely seemed like it made the difference. And this is something I typically ask all the time, but I don't think I asked yet. As just a overall question, 150 laps, you knew you could split it perfectly in half. Was that your plan from the start?
No, we had talked about it, and I actually hadn't even really given it much thought, because in the practice races we did through the week, I think the longest run we got was like 20 or 30 laps. So I hadn't even practiced pitting until I did right there. So pretty much had chalked it up to no shot, we're going green, and of course we did. But once we hit probably lap 50 or so, I saw some people start to duck down, and I felt comfortable enough to keep staying out, and saw that the relative was staying pretty steady. So I figured I'd at least risk it, and if nothing else, I had a big enough lead where I might be able to save some of it and come back at the end. But it ended up, I think it was definitely the move to do the one stopper tonight, and I think it just too much time on pit road to make that much of a difference.
Well, maybe it was too much time on pit road to make up the difference, but either way, you came home with the win. I think that's what it matters all at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's for sure. It's good to have these, and good to have a uneventful race. I guess it always seems like there's those races like you said at Darlington where you're fast, but it's just like one thing after the other, and you got to fight the whole time to get there. And it's nice every now and then to get one of those races where you kind of catch yourself spacing out a bit and you got to lock back in.
Well, you did a great job of that all night, Garrett. And it's happy to see up here. I mean, the good fortune coming to you, and like I said, you just kind of whooped their ass tonight, but in a good way, though, right? I mean, all clean. You raised everyone great tonight. And before I let you go tonight and celebrate that win, and this Monday afternoon, sponsors, shout outs, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, thank you guys for doing the broadcast. It's always a fun one to go back and rewatch. And shout out to everyone that makes the league happen. I know I joined pretty late, but it's been really fun with the races, the limited amount of races I have had the privilege of running. So shout out to all my teammates. Shout out to Devin Lockridge for letting me come and race with these guys, and hopefully I'm making them proud. So I think are we going to Bristol next weekend?
Yep.
Yeah, that's. You guys probably won't be talking to me next week, but we'll see.
What?
I'm gonna enjoy this one while I can.
Well, I hope you enjoy that one, my man. And I hope you're up here into the booth next week. But if not, maybe we'll just finish 4th, right? So I mean, gotta be humble. We gotta be humble. But I hope you have a good rest of your week, my man.
All right, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you. That's our winner tonight at the Rock. Garrett Johnston was saying he kind of just whooped everyone's ass. He did such a good job from start to finish. Really all night.
I don't think there's a way to put it besides that. He put absolute beating on the rest of the field, got into the lead, stretched out the lead, and then just kind of maintained. Surprised he said right there, he wore the tires out a little bit more for how fast a little bit more than he thought for how fast he was throughout the entire run. So just a little unexpected, and even then it was still, he stabilized and even at that point screw the lead.
Yeah, he was so good tonight, and he just ran the bottom all night tonight. I think that was a big thing. No one stayed glued to the bottom the whole run, but the 66 and maybe a few other trucks that it handle as well. But yeah, he just did nothing wrong tonight. Didn't slide the tires once. Didn't get caught up in traffic. Didn't almost spin out. Didn't spin out like maybe the 50 did once. But yeah, I mean, he did a great job tonight, and everyone who tuned in tonight has got to tune in next week for Bristol Motor Speedway. It's Bristol, baby, and I love this track. It might be my favorite track in iRacing. I love Bristol, racing it, watching it. As long as there's not too many cautions, it is going to be an amazing race. And Bristol just puts on a show every time, Wesley, and hope to see everyone there next week. Subscribe and like the YouTube channel. It helps out Kobe a lot. He does a great job in the broadcast, as you see every Monday night, and everywhere he streams. Every day he streams, whatever day he streams. But hope to catch you all next Monday.
Yep.
Yeah.